We are getting closer and closer to WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. And today I put together a guide of things to do for those of you who are going to the show. And I've separated it into categories to help you determine what you might be most interested. And keep in mind, some of you guys might fit multiple of these categories. I'm going to kick things off with the budget friendly category. This is one of the most expensive WrestleManias in history. And so I wanted to make sure to provide some alternatives in terms of some of you that may be going to Las Vegas to experience different events, but aren't actually going to WrestleMania. So the first thing I wanted to share are WrestleMania watch parties. What if I told you that you can have the ultimate Las Vegas experience and do the watch party while chilling in the pool and in a cabana? Because Circamania has that option for you. So the Hotel Circa, which is just off the strip, I did get to go to the hotel. I saw this space. It is absolutely incredible. Their website promotes it as take in all the pile drivers and powerbomb poolside at Stadium Swim with 6 temperature controlled pools, a 143-foot screen, and a variety of seating options. You can lounge in luxury while taking in all the bell to bell action. It's the ultimate party on both Saturday and Sunday night for the biggest shows in wrestling. Now, we did say that WrestleMania tickets are incredibly expensive. So, what are the prices for Circamania? The full day admission is $40, which is obviously a lot cheaper than you would pay for a WrestleMania ticket. The only thing you should know about the general admission is that it does not include access to reserved seating. Reserved seating would be different pricing. There are several other watch party experiences that you can also join, like WrestleCon. The WrestleCon watch parties for WrestleMania are also listed at $100, which again is cheaper than a WrestleMania ticket. And this does include food and 2 alcoholic or non-alcoholic drinks to keep the energy going, according to their website. Another place that is doing a WrestleMania watch party is the restaurant Flanker. So I actually went to this restaurant and I thought that the food was so freaking yummy. Let's just say I left with a bloated tummy that day. Try the cheesecake if you go. So anyways, Flanker Mania weekend has several events that you're seeing here on the screen. But let's say you wanted to do the night one for the watch along. The bar stools are, I think, the cheapest option. And the minimum spend is $100. Now, some other things that I do want to suggest that are a little bit more budget friendly, but also super cool and part of the WrestleMania experience, I 100% suggest WWE The World. I've been to this almost every single year. This has obviously changed from Access to the World. It's evolved over the years, but it is truly one of the coolest experiences. Now, right now, tickets are listed at $25 for children and $55 for adults. So, in terms of budget, it really depends on once you actually go inside what you spend your money on. But even if you just want to go in and walk around, which I've done plenty of times without paying for meet and greets, without spending a ton of money on merch, and I still had the best freaking time because they have different activations and things that you can do that would make it very enjoyable and worth your time. Now, of course, if you spend a bunch of money on meet and greets and things like that, the price does go up. So obviously that's up to you. But just know that if you weren't going to spend any money on that additional stuff, you'd still be having a great time at the World. Now, because it is Las Vegas, I did want to include something fun in the budget friendly category, and that is Melina's Divas and Drag Wrestling event that is taking place on the 17th. The website describes this as WWE legend Melina hosts an unforgettable night of high energy wrestling, dazzling drag performances, and all the glam, drama, and athleticism you love. On to our next category, which is the hardcore wrestling fan. So, this is the category for those who want to soak in as much wrestling as you possibly can in a short period of time. So, I, of course, have to mention the Collective. Now, I have gone to so many of these shows multiple times, and a lot of these are really, really fun. Also, you never know what's going to happen at these shows. who's going to show up and who you may see. But in terms of shows that always hit, the one that I definitely have to recommend is the WrestleCon Mark Hitchcock and Memorial Super Show. I have done this show, oh my gosh, several years ago, multiple times. And I always saw some of the best matches at that show. And they always have some of the top performers. So that's always one that I enjoy. I've never been to Bloodsport. However, that is a show that sells out immediately. I also think it's one of the trendiest, most popular indie shows to attend during the weekend. Another one that I have to recommend on this list is Joey Janela's Spring Break. As somebody who has appeared in their cluster, FUCK, um, it is so much fun. And it's one of those nights that if you just want to go and have a good time and just drink and eat and watch wrestling, this is probably one of the coolest experiences that you can have. I've also always wanted to go to Effie's Big Gay Brunch. I've never had the opportunity to do so, but it looks like so much fun. Additionally, there are some other shows that are taking place outside of the collective, and that includes TNA Wrestling. They're holding TNA Unbreakable. Dragon Gate, please, if you can, go to the Dragon Gate shows. That is one of the first indies that I ever attended during WrestleMania week, and it was unbelievable. Best freaking time. So if you can, do not sleep on those shows. And another very popular promotion that's going to be running includes Stardom. There's also Prestige Wrestling and so many others. When I tell you there's a lot of wrestling, there's a lot of wrestling. Take my word for it. Now, I do want to go back to Circamania because they also have some other additional events that are taking place that I think are very, very cool. You're going to have Chris Van Vliet, who is one of the top podcasters in the pro wrestling space. He is such a nice guy. He's going to be having a show. Busted Open is doing their masterclass for those of you who are interested. That'll be very fun. And Knox Pro Wrestling will also be taking over the downtown Las Vegas event center for 3 days. The other cool thing that I want to mention is that Circa does provide a ride to WrestleMania, and the price for this is $55. And of course, I have to promote the show that I'm hosting with Thunder Rosa, and that is the Busted Open 24/7 party, which is at the Intrigue nightclub at the Wynn. And this is taking place Saturday morning, April 19th, between 9 and 11 a.m. local time. And of course, no purchase necessary. Go to SiriusXM.com/BustedOpen2025 for more information. Next category is the WWE Superfans. This is for the fan who just wants to enjoy WWE-centered activities. Now, of course, we already know the slate. That includes the Hall of Fame, Friday Night SmackDown, NXT Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania 41, and Monday Night Raw. And I mentioned earlier, the World. However, another thing that is recently new for WrestleMania, and this is the first time they've done anything like this, is the WrestleMania After Dark. Now, this one has a lot of really cool stuff that you can do. On Thursday, they have a WrestleMania welcome dinner and launch party, which is going to feature appearances by Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Rey Mysterio. On Friday, they're going to have an After Dark party, which is the official Hall of Fame after party, with appearances by Braun Breaker and Liv Morgan. Then on Saturday, there's the WrestleMania After Dark, with appearances from Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. Then Sunday, Gronk Beach, which is WrestleMania After Dark edition. Now, this one sounds like a lot of fun if you ask me. It sounds like they're going to have a little bit of everything at Gronk Beach. So WrestleMania draws all sorts of people from all walks of life. Now, you may have people that are hardcore wrestling fans that just want to do wrestling stuff, but there are also some people that may come along with people that aren't that big of fans, and maybe they want to do some different stuff. Or maybe they are big wrestling fans, but they don't want to spend their entire trip just doing wrestling things. So I wanted to throw out some additional items that I think you guys would have a lot of fun doing. So the first one that I suggest is swingers. Now, some of you guys may be going, Denise, how dare you suggest that? Well, guys, it's a place where you can go and play mini golf. And I went to go play, and it is so much fun. The scenery is so nice. It's dark. It sets a mood. You can have food and drinks and just play and have a good time. I thought this was one of my favorite things that I did when I went to Las Vegas. The other thing that I highly suggest you check out is the high roller. This is for the people who want to have a nice, relaxing time just overlooking Las Vegas. Do it at night. That's when it looks the best. And it is so cool. You get to see the spear and all the images that go and change during that time frame that you're up there. It is so relaxing. It's not scary whatsoever. It moves really slowly, but it goes by pretty fast to the point where you almost want to take a second loop. Another really fun activity is Topgolf. I recently did this for the first time and I thought it was so freaking cool. This one I specifically recommend for people that are in groups. If you guys are looking for something to do that's fun and you can eat and just enjoy yourself and relax, I think this is one of the best options. So here are some things that I think are fun, that are nightlife, but also not bumping and grinding at the club. So I suggest the Atomic Saloon. So the Atomic Saloon show is just an absolute blast, but I do have to warn you, do not take your children to this. This is more of a rated M for mature kind of thing, but I will promise you, you will have a good time. Now, if you are traveling with children, I do suggest Meow Wolf, Las Vegas. That one is very enjoyable, of course. You get to walk around and look at all these really cool exhibits. I had a good time doing this too. Some of these things were a little trippy, so it was fun to walk around. Now, if you are in the mood to play and have some fun, I also suggest Play Playground, which is in the Luxor. And this is very cool too. Like, you literally just go in and there's a bunch of fun activities that you can do. This is a fun thing to do if you're in a playful mood. So one of the events that I'm definitely attending when I go to WrestleMania this weekend is Gabriel Iglesias' show. I am so excited, guys. Gabriel Iglesias is my favorite comedian. He's going to be having a show Thursday night that starts at 8 p.m. If you're in the mood for laughter and just wanting to have a good time, this is taking place at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Do not miss out. Now, if you really want a very cool non-wrestling related activity, please, for the love of God, attend the Mad Apple show. It's Cirque du Soleil in New York, New York, and it is one of the most beautiful shows that you can attend. I was blown away by the things that I saw. It was just entertainment at the highest level that you can possibly get. Please make the time to go there if you can. Now, the next category is for the rich fan. And all I gotta say is go to On Location and check out this website. I mean, you could literally freaking do anything. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not doing absolutely anything on any of this because these prices are way out of my range. But go play around on the website. You might find some really cool things that are worth your time and money if you are indeed a rich and loaded fan. And if you are, let's talk. All right, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Now, I know most of you guys already have your hotels and things, but just in case there's any last minute people here that are like, I don't know what to do, I don't have a hotel. Or maybe you're last minute gonna go to Las Vegas, whatever. I do want to suggest some places for you. I did mention in this video a whole lot of Circa. Circa is off the strip, but it's a lovely hotel. I got the chance to go and visit. There's a lot of wrestling stuff there taking place. So I think this is a really cool place to stay. Also, if I remember correctly, they told me that they have the largest sports betting area, and I think it's like 3 floors or something. It's huge, okay? So, like, if you're into that, you might definitely want to go check that out. And another hotel that I need to highlight is the one that I just stayed at when I was in Las Vegas, and it was the Conrad, which many of you guys saw me do some videos from there. And oh my God, it is so nice. It was so enjoyable to stay at this hotel. I loved it. Now, if you do want to spend a little less on hotels in Las Vegas, some other options that I recommend are the Excalibur. It's definitely on the lower price range, but it's also not those hotels where you're going to find like bugs and things. I've stayed at the Excalibur plenty of times and I've had good experiences each and every single time without having to, pay an arm and a leg. Another one to add to that is the Luxor. I've also stayed at the Luxor. It wasn't too expensive, and I thought that it was a fine hotel. Now, I have stayed at so many other ones, like the MGM Grand, and I've stayed at quite a few hotels in Las Vegas. And truth be told, like I haven't had any bad experiences in any of them. Of course, you get what you pay for. So look at those websites. There are so many different options for different price ranges and what you're looking for. So I think for the most part, like hotels and stuff, you can find something within your price range. And the same goes for food. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you're on a low budget, if you have no budget, if you're hella rich, it doesn't matter. Whatever your price range is, I do think you're going to find something for whatever suits you. And there are so many restaurants and places to go eat. So, pretty much every hotel is going to have their own unique thing. They're going to have their own unique restaurants. If you've never been to Las Vegas, I do suggest going into the hotels and just walking around and seeing what you find because there are so many cool things to do and so many things that every time I go to Las Vegas, I end up discovering something new every single time. Alrighty, guys, so there you have it. That is my WrestleMania 41 guide. I hope this does help out some of you that are going to the show. If it did, please let me know in the comment section below. If you're not going to WrestleMania, I still hope you enjoyed this video if you watched it. And if you have any other suggestions, hey, that I missed, because there's so many events going on, throw them in the comments section. Seriously. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please check out this video right here. YouTube thinks you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it. So hopefully you do. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and join the channel for more daily pro wrestling content. Bye, everyone.